This is the GV Podcast, a variety review podcast featuring two of the three idiots giving their thoughts on cartoons and anime. This is an opinion-based podcast, and there's no way we're saying our thoughts and opinions are objective. Keep this in mind and enjoy the show. 13 years. It's been 13 years. Artificially elongated because of animation cost and overtaking too many projects. But 13 years, and it's over now. Hello, everybody! My name's Mayhem.
I'm Jitsu.
I'm Duke.
And today we're talking about the one and only Attack on Titan and its finale. It's over.
God, it feels weird.
It's over.
Thank God, first off. Yeah, I'm gonna get it out of the way right now. It's not a bad ending. It's a very good ending.
I understood it!
Understanding it is good. Apparently, they didn't change anything.
Really?
Yeah. You wanna know why? Isayama came out and had a quote when asked, like, why didn't you change the ending? He said, I could have changed it to be better, like a better result at the end.
Yeah.
But that would not be the entire point of the story. The entire point of the story is how tied down Eren is to... He is a slave to freedom.
Yeah.
And so I treated it at first like, as a manga author, I have all the freedom in the world. But in actuality, I had no freedom at all with the vision I had.
With this inevitable ending that I had to make sure that I started building up to.
I call only the smallest amount of load of shit, but anyway. Just to a manga author saying I had no freedom in this choice. That's the equivalent of just like, oh no, say it ain't... it's like if there's a joke when it came to One Piece of the idea that Shanks 100% was wanting Luffy to eat the fruit. And so there's that meme of him like shaking it like, oh no, you ate it, but like with the sad mask and underneath he's smiling. Like, oh no, you ate, oh no, you consumed the ending of my manga.
Oh no, you're setting up exactly what I want to do at the end.
Isayama, I love you, but my dude, no.
So Attack on Titan.
It ended, and here's my one thought. It was kind of a similar thought to what I was thinking with other finales.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it should have had a higher body count?
Like the
What?
main cast dying? Or
Yeah, main cast characters.
Yeah,
dying.
did you guys feel like there was any plot armor in the end with the
Oh
with the final
my
battle?
god.
I think there was
what was his name? Reiner.
Reiner, yeah.
Reiner had a lot of plot armor.
Well, actually, no. That carries over from, especially when they were the whole getting stabbed through the neck. I'm gonna send my consciousness into my main body,
Into the rest of my body with my
I just
Titan
feel
powers.
bad for him.
Okay.
He's already had a bit of a bullshit thing, so him surviving was always kind of like the thing that was going to happen, because especially with when the reveal of season 3 and all that kind of stuff, and him attempting various methods,
Force ghosting, yeah.
yeah, and all that kind of stuff, it definitely was like, it wouldn't have been a terrible thing if he did end up dying in the finale, but him surviving was also like, I think it's good that he survived. Like, he obviously shouldn't have from what we were watching, because the Armor Titan is now, just after seeing all of the amazing powered Titans and all that kind of stuff with the unique abilities, the Armor Titan is definitely the worst.
I hate to say that, that's true.
It's the least like conventional, or not the least conventional. Like it's the most generic. Like you have armor plating that breaks their blades, but that same blade can be used to parry the Jaw Titan's claws. And those Jaw Titan claws can destroy the Armor Titan's armor.
Yep.
It's like,
I hate to say, that's my one complaint of Attack on Titan. The power scaling in this world is so terrible.
It's so weird.
Okay, so you've got a normal Titan, or let's say a normal human. You've got any scout, basically. Then you get a Titan, and then you get the Armor Titan, and then you get everything
else. Yeah. The attack, the armor...
female Titan is stronger than him. The Attack Titan is stronger than him. Just name a Titan, it is stronger than him.
Yeah, I think like the only one that the Armor Titan could actually like have a chance with is like maybe
The
like the
Cart
Cart
Titan,
Titan. Yeah, the
maybe.
Cart.
fuck no.
Well, we saw
fuck
it the
no.
But we saw the
Yeah.
Cart Titan get used in such a unique way that made it last against everything else.
Yeah, that's
against
the
a
entire
legion
thing.
of Warhammer Titans.
Warhammer Titans.
Isn't that fucking nuts when you think about it? Of just like we would say the Cart Titan would be the weakest, but then you see the end where it's like I have the most stamina out of every Titan, and
The whole
so
thing-
let
the
me
whole thing
just
with that
bite the
cart.
nape of every Titan I see, and then pop out, go in, bite another, pop out, go in, bite another. That is so broken.
Meanwhile, it cuts to the Armor Titan.
And then she can stay as that Titan for the longest too. Like the fucking no one else can be a Titan for 6 months straight.
Yeah.
He had one good, one really good moment, I will say, in this episode that actually kind of made up for me a little bit.
Yeah.
That end. Like his holding back of, we'll get to it later, but that was crazy. Like
Yeah.
him holding that thing back was nuts.
Yeah, I don't know how he was able to hold that fucking thing back. And then he was also
How do you not become the founding Titan?
Yeah, how is that, like, how does it not just choose the next person to plug into?
I guess because it doesn't need to.
Finale can be a little weird.
Because
Finale
Yeah.
can
the
be a little
person
weird.
the person it's already plugged into is still alive.
Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. Then,
Also,
like,
why was he
process
alive?
of elimination.
In all fairness, why was he alive? His
Yeah,
neck was cut.
he got nuked. He got
They cut off his head. That's the entire point of the show. When you cut off a Titan's head, they die.
Except when you send your consciousness into your other part of your body.
Except when apparently your uvula is apparently your nape now.
But I put my consciousness in my balls.
In my
And now I
balls.
can bust a nut and I can tighten
kick in the
tighten shit
balls so hard
fucking
you
20 miles
die.
away. Ruin my fucking joke, why don't you?
Sorry.
Just fucking cut me off.
I'm sorry. So anyway, you get kicked
The
in the balls,
balls
you
of the
fucking
mouth.
explode. No, how dare you?
That's all that popped in my mind.
Jinsu, can we redirect our anger at him for saying the balls of the mouth?
The fuck?
See, that's how you do it. You do it enough to not cut him off, but also just to fuel it.
So anyway, I can mention the story real quick of best way to summarize it. Oh wait, so non-spoiler. Sorry, I forgot to ask. Non-spoiler. What do you guys think of the finale?
I understood it. It finally ended. Good. All right,
Jinsu, what do you think? Of the
I'll watch
finale?
again.
I thought the finale was perfect.
Okay. Yeah, you read the manga as well. So, which one do you prefer? The way the manga handled it, or the way the anime handled it?
It's basically the same.
That's good to hear.
I don't think I really noticed any differences. Like the anime, the only thing the anime could do wrong is like the pacing of how like everything goes down. But like other than that, the anime just kind of did what it was supposed to and
Yeah.
adapted the manga.
And
If
there
you
was
go
like
based-
that one area where like you said that there was like only like one panel of fighting, but then they actually turned it into an actual fight.
Yeah, I mentioned that when it came to like one of the big fights in this episode, it was one paneled in the manga and then immediately cut to the next scene. But in this, they had the punch and then it kept going for a little bit, so that I was happy with.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so getting into the show itself, it's basically we got the whole thing of God. We have to mention the previous episode as well as the finale.
Do you guys think that this was the happy ending or that there could have been a happier ending?
After everything,
Isayama does not believe in happy endings. That's the answer.
Trick question, this was the happy ending.
yeah, I was about to say the other alternative. There was literally only two. We were at the point of no return where it was either everything that Eren wants to happen happens, or this happens. So those were your two options. So I think that this was definitely the good ending, better option.
I feel it's weird because like there's a part of me that feels like because at the end there's the whole thing. I'll say that right now where Eren explains it of like, oh, this was my only choice. All this. There's a part of me that said "fuck you," but
Well, it's like you were saying earlier. He was a slave to his freedom because when you know everything,
so yeah, my fuck you to Isayama goes to him as well.
where everything that you know is going to happen, like you literally see yourself making these decisions already. Like you can't stop yourself from making these decisions. So what is there to do but just ride the wave? That's the thing that I've always like thought about with like destiny and all that kind of stuff, where the fact that people try and say that you like free will and all that kind of stuff, there's always the contention with that, but you always say if you look back with knowing the results of your choice, yeah, you would change it, but if you didn't know what happened, you just make the same decision again. So the fact that you, no matter what, no matter how far you go down the line, when you don't know what's going to happen, you're going to make this decision from your past experiences, and you're always going to make the same decision.
Yeah.
It's not so much you don't have a choice, it's more of what other choice are you going to make?
Yeah. So, to mention the story, I'll say this of from the previous episode thing that came out, the previous hour and a half long special that came out beforehand,
Yeah.
notable things were basically the rumbling itself starting up and the whole thing happening of all these titans making their way towards the continents,
Dude, towards everything.
towards the everything, yeah.
He's
And
rambling.
so
Rambling. He's
I-
coming, rambling.
yeah. But we got all that as the Jaegerists have basically taken over all of Parody and are like preparing to make it more theirs. And so got the whole thing of our main crew teaming up with all these different Eldians from Marley, the warriors, and making their way to a ship to get the hell out of there.
I do like the whole thing with the end where I do like when a story brings back every like major character and has them, if not a major role in the story, they at least have a presence where it's like, yes, this is the world. I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna be on this boat, or I'm gonna be going and protecting all of these people and all that kind of stuff. It's funny to me how like there's some stories where it's just like, yeah, but I'm only over here, so I don't care.
There's only a part of me that feels weird about it of like I understand that how it is cool when like characters return like that.
Yeah.
It is only a slight problem though when it's kind of those situations of I'm Fiddle McD. Don't you remember me? We went to school together.
We had pudding
And it's
cups.
like, who are you? I don't know who you are.
That's why I say like the amounts that the
They didn't get heavy into it, luckily.
yeah how much that they get like noticed that look they're back and that kind of thing. It should be how much of a presence in the story they had. So like if it's someone that obviously like there was this one shot of all of Levi's like the original Levi squad. Like we had like a little teaser of the other members, so it was like a oh my god they're back, but obviously they weren't the main focus.
Yeah. I was gonna say there was only one like throughout all of the final chapters of Attack on Titan where I was like, okay, come on, like just a wee bit where it was the girl that locked up Mikasa, how she was the little girl from the first season
Oh yeah.
that saw Mikasa being a badass, and I was like, okay, come on,
Well,
come on.
It was a good like showing.
It's a good nod.
It's a
but-
good showcase and like showing how she could they inspire the next generation
to
and that
be
kind of stuff.
Jaegerist.
Yeah.
You inspired me to commit mass genocide.
Is there another thing that I can inspire you to do? What
Can
is
I
it?
inspire you to dye your hair black, and that be it?
to dye your hair a specific color scheme?
Alternate world where she didn't get inspired to kill millions. No, she was inspired to dye her hair black, and that's it. And then she lived a happy long life. But then you get when it came to that whole thing of they get the boat, they make their way. Very cool fight where we get to see Falco using his Titan for the first time. All this different cool shit,
Yeah.
and we get this was definitely the point when a character that I hated when he
Oh.
first showed up.
Flock?
Flock. I hated him. This made me like him. Like, his devotion to the Jaegerist actually was really cool. And the fact that he had very cool fights.
It was interesting that a character like Flock, someone who is so pessimistic, such a little bitch, and
He wants a devil.
and so many like he wants something so evil to fight and all that kind of stuff that he's willing to join this extremist group with the intent of killing everything that isn't them. That the fact that he goes all this way is they could have had him die super easily, like multiple times.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. They could have killed him off easy. But no, they didn't. And so, what do you end up getting? You end up getting a character who is the epitome of what the Jaegerists are supposed to be, which I like.
Yeah.
It also leads to something else I like, which is him having that badass fight, sticking to the boat, and basically leaving with them all the way to their escape point.
It's also he was also
There's only one
part of-
downside I'll mention.
he's also part of the Jaegers, so that everybody knows you're not supposed to side with these guys.
Don't side with the guy who literally said, "Bring back Irvin so we can have Satan." Don't. Do you think Irvin would have been a Jaegerist?
I think him and Aaron would have Aaron would have told him everything, and he would have been like, "Oh, all right."
Yeah, he would 100% be a Jaegerist.
Like,
Yeah,
as long
if
as
it's
he
to
would
save
100%
parody, yeah.
He would want, after finding out that the world, actually he might not, because the parody government killed his dad for trying to figure out what was beyond the walls, and then he found out that there was an entire world beyond the walls, and then he would have found out that there was an entire world beyond the walls, and that they also hate him just as much as the parody government, and he just
That
He-
makes me think he would be a Jaegerist, I'll be honest.
yeah, he would just side with Aaron, like,
and then
individually.
it would be total victory. I think that might actually be
His
the
entire
telling point.
motivation is curiosity.
Yeah.
So he'd be curious of the world that Aaron would want to make.
and destroy
Just from the ashes. But that's the thing. I think that's the actual make or break of Aaron's goal of the end, is who the Colossal Titan is. If it's either Irvin or Armin. That's the actual, like...
Shoot, the beginning of the final season actually would have been even scarier when you think about it.
Yeah.
Because he would have not have just gone for the boats. He would have gone for the boats, been all ready, and then fucking make his way down to continue.
Yeah, he would have kept going.
It's
The Colossal
Irvin.
The fact that Armin was so restrictive with the Colossal Titan is one of the main reasons why anybody was able to do anything.
Yeah, that is one complaint I had. They really did not want to use the Colossal.
It's basically the same problem that they have with
Alucard.
yeah, with in stories
Gojo.
when you make a character that's incredibly overpowered and all that kind of stuff, is you have to work around it. You have to make kryptonite. You have to do this. You have to completely seal them away. You have to do everything possible to get rid of them. But with the Colossal Titan, it was another one of those. He literally just is a human nuke.
Yes. So this leads to a quick question I have for you guys.
Hmm.
Okay, how do you feel about overpowered characters that are underutilized?
I feel like if it's explained properly, like Armin has a really good
I
explanation.
was gonna say,
is
yeah,
that
that's
he-
my 3 examples of Armin, Gojo, and Alucard.
and Alucard. Where I think Alucard is the worst example of it,
Yeah.
because they literally just... 'cause it makes sense in the story. They got him out on a boat in the middle of nowhere, and while he's stuck there, they're able to go into England and all that kind of stuff.
Sorry, I had to make a long enough paddle.
But
That is a funny image, honestly.
But Armin, it's more of an internal thing that he doesn't like being a Titan shifter, being the Colossal Titan. He doesn't like the amount of death and destruction he has to...
He's literally Oppenheimer.
I have become Colossal, the destroyer of boats.
Everything. I like how
The
it's basically...
stomper of people.
I have become Colossal, the stomper of babies.
Jesus. I was gonna say, I like how those 3 examples, it becomes, you've got the best written one, you've got the worst written one, you've got the funniest one.
Gojo, it's literally like...
Gojo's the funniest one.
They just the author is just like, I need to figure out a way to get rid of him. This entire little mini arc,
Gege hates him.
this arc right here is dedicated to the other characters getting rid of him.
Yeah, Shinzu. That is one thing that if you start reading Jujutsu Kaisen, you'll love. You can very easily tell the creator does not like his own characters.
Yeah,
Sometimes.
he said in like an interview that he doesn't know what the fuck to do with.
Itadori, he had no idea what to do with. Gojo, he hates him. It was the kind of thing where, like, it basically was the kind of thing of when he saw him again, when he wrote him again, his first thing he wrote was, "Oh, great, so you're back."
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was, "You're still alive, you bitch."
You're still alive.
And it's like, my God, how do you hate your character that much?
When you make,
I
when
made
you-
him too perfect.
Well, that's the thing with JoJo, is like you can make a very powerful character. He still could die like a normal person.
Yeah,
I like how I brought up JoJo, but then in part 5, there's literally the character. Was it Purple Haze?
Yeah, where he
That-
just disappeared from plot.
where it's just like, I don't want to be here. Bye.
I need to get rid of this character. Rather than pull a Gege, I'm going to remove him from the plot.
I'm going to make him not want to be here.
Yeah. You get the whole, like, they're getting ready to make their way to the rumbling, try to stop it, and
Shrumbling.
it includes this, like, as they're making their escape plan with the plane, you get Flock's final moment of his final fuck you to the main crew as he hits the gasoline canister, basically, for the plane, the gas air, whatever. He shoots it.
into the gas tank.
Gas tank, thank you. He shoots the gas tank, fucks it up, and then he gets shot by Gabi.
Yep.
So that was cool.
I like how Gabi's just the instrument of killing major characters.
I need someone to kill my characters. Child.
She's killed Sasha. She almost killed Aaron.
She technically did.
Yeah. If he didn't have the
The
bullshit
only thing that
happen.
saved him was life. Quite literally.
Quite literally.
But yeah, so you get Gabi kills him, and so we get this whole thing of they need some spare time, so of all people to sacrifice themselves,
Yeah.
Hanji
Hanji, a character that
was
Has-
one of your favorites, yeah.
she was one of my favorite characters the entire time. Just someone who just came in and was just like, we're in this weird world where these things are just
Well,
around
that was
here.
weird.
No,
The
it's
definition of.
that was weird. I'm gonna experiment and find out exactly why it's weird.
Remember, she was crying over those two Titans that were killed by what's her name, Annie.
By Annie, yeah. It's like the equivalent of the Hello Kitty girl.
Hello, Titan girl.
Hello, Titan.
Hanji is a Hello Titan girl
What do you think?
What?
That Hanji's a Hello Kitty girl
No.
for Titans.
for Titans.
Oh yeah. This
So-
is this is spoiler for your favorite character's death.
Wow. So what do you think,
Uh,
Jinsu, of Hanji as a character?
She's
And
great.
her death.
And she's dead now.
I thought it was sad that she died, but the world was kind of fucked. There was no going back.
Might
The
as well
moment
go
of
on her own
false
terms.
hope when you see she's alive. Fucking Isayama, you a bitch for that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, this motherfucker really wrote just a scene where suddenly all the rumbling is gone. She's sitting there just like, oh shit, I made it! And then look around and see all her dead companions. And it's like, you motherfucker. Oh, you motherfucker. Isayama. When I catch you, Isayama. When I catch you, Isayama.
Say Yusayama one more time.
Isayama.
He did it.
Did you watch the? I don't know if they animated it yet, but there was a few. I think it was just a chapter of an alternate universe of the Attack on Titan characters where they're just normal kids. And Mikasa is wearing goth shit.
Gothasa, yeah.
She's goth as fuck. Armin is just a nerd with glasses.
Aaron is just Aaron.
And Aaron is exactly the same.
Isn't that weird?
Aaron is exactly the same, and the whole time they're going through everything together and they're doing everything, and he has this like blank 1,000-yard stare, and then it finally goes into his inner dialogue, and it's him being like it's him saying the same exact line that he says in the beginning of Attack on Titan. The whole like, yeah, life like this is cool and all, but think to be more interesting. So
Yeah. He's always striving for something to happen.
he's always going to be that villain who's
Yeah.
gonna start shit. He's always
Yep.
gonna either he's gonna mass genocide everyone or he's gonna be a murderer who shot.
What if I was the only one?
Oh, it turns out that in the real world, it took place during World War II, and so that one image of Einstein was real.
Thank you for
So-
being the villain for us.
So Aaron back in World War I was the guy who shot Archduke Ferdinand.
100%. The fact, dude, he failed Hitler in art school.
I was gonna let this Adolf kid pass school, but if I did that,
Fail him. You have like adult Aaron. Fail him.
but I see into the future every possibility. I must fail him in art class.
Well, yeah, no, you just imagine just like it's like when his dad was like, I can't do this, and then Aaron
Fail
pops
the
in.
child.
You have to fail Adolf Hitler.
you know what's crazy about that scene with Aaron telling his dad to kill the family?
Mm.
So what Grisha is seeing, he's not sitting there freaking out, looking at his hand. He's watching through Aaron's POV as Aaron is talking himself down, or as Aaron is talking Grisha down, and so he's watching himself getting talked down and told to murder all these people, and he's like, "What the fuck?" And then Aaron starts showing him everything.
You know, that's the whole thing with Attack on Titan is it plays with memories and the fact that you can look back on memories. What if you could also look forward into memories?
Because as it turns out, everything's happening at the same time.
Because time is bullshit.
Which I think is fucking awesome. I think that's perfect.
Yeah.
How it's like he can't stop any of it because it's all happening at the same time.
Yeah. Because his brain is just like, it's in the same way of like you're going down the stairs. You're going to be going down the stairs. You're going to be at the bottom of the stairs.
You're going down the stairs, watching yourself walk down the stairs, watching yourself look up to see yourself walking down the stairs.
Yeah, yeah. And it's all happening at the same time.
Is the Attack Titan technically stronger than you think than the Founding Titan?
Well, I mean, it's the only
The
Titan.
power of-
It's the only Titan that wasn't stolen. It was the only Titan that was able to just fuck off and escape
It
because
doesn't listen.
it had and it doesn't listen to anyone
Yeah,
because
power of
it has
future sight.
yeah, and it has future sight. It has future and past memories, so it just knows. It just knows
I was
not
gonna
to
say.
to do this or to do that, and then where to hide, how to hide itself, and it hid itself so cleverly because it had access to the future and past that it was just able to literally be in plain sight. Like the Marleyans thought they had all the Titans, but the Attack Titan was literally sitting in their ranks, just waiting to fuck their shit up.
Yeah. I know people have talked about it before, how future sight is sometimes a terrible power. Of not for the character of oh, they have this burden. No, as in literally people hate it in some stories because of how it can be handled. Of the one example I could think of where it gets a little bizarre is My Hero, where you've got Sir Night-Eye, and he's got his future
He
sight.
sees his,
So
yeah.
he was able to foretell, okay, All Might's gonna die in the future during this horrifying event, but also in this moment, Deku is going to die in his fight with Overhaul. He doesn't die, and he's like, the future can change. Then you're useless.
When
Moment future can change, you're useless.
when you have a future sight ability, as a storyteller, you have to make it as ambiguous as possible to the audience, otherwise it dismantles the entire story.
Yeah, or else the person just knows exactly what's going to happen.
Or you have to do the bullshit where it's like, I foretell that this guy's balls are gonna fall off, and then it doesn't, and then it really annoys the audience because it's like, why'd you make this whole power up just to have this whole thing and then not meet up to it?
That's why I say it should be two different things: future sight and prophecy. Prophecy is what's not set in
Prophecy can
stone,
be
but
stupid.
future sight is set in stone.
Or you should have it be you should just do what Isayama did and have the one character who has future sight not say anything.
Yeah.
And just have him in his own head losing his fucking mind and everybody's just wondering what is happening?
Hey,
What is
Best
happening?
version.
I got with this guy that I really like.
Jesus.
That's great.
Yeah.
I just imagine my mom getting worried for a moment.
No, it's my scream. Storyline.
Yeah, so we get the whole thing of they're making their way to the rumbling. We've got some of them end up on a boat. Usually it was Falco, Gabi, and Annie. They're on the boat, making their way away.
We're not gonna go fight. We promise in the battle that defines the end of humanity. Wherever we're not gonna get involved, guys.
The point when everyone intersects, you've got the rumbling going
They do
on.
what?
The point when everyone has sex, you've got the rumbling making its way towards the Eldians and the Marleyans. This just so happens the family members of
The main place.
all these main characters. Oh my god.
I mean, it kind of makes sense
I
because
get it. It's weird,
the family
though.
members are considered honorary Marleyans, so they're gonna save the most important people.
I know, but at the same time, it still does. No, they escaped. Their entire thing was that they escaped. The
Yeah.
Eldians escaped.
And then they just ended up going.
They
to
just
the same...
ended up in the same place where apparently the rumbling was most focused.
I think that was kind of Aaron's. Just he knows that it's another one of those future things where he just knows.
I just imagine a colossal titan corralling him like a fucking puppy. He's like, come on, come on, come on, come on. It's all a part of the plan. It's all a part of the plan.
It's all part of the plan.
It is like, come on, go this way, and big reunion.
What do you think of the founding the final form founding Attack Titan design, the giant centipede thing.
It's horrifying.
What do you think, Jitsu?
What?
The Attack Titan centipede founder Titan thing.
Giant form of Eren.
Wait, what?
What do you think of the design of the big giant thing that Eren turns into while he's doing
His
the
founding
ramen?
Titan form.
Oh, the big fucking monster?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That shit was horrifying. That's like some eldritch, like, nightmare fuel.
Yeah, the fact that it like
which
it
is
had that-
perfect. Which is perfect. I loved it. I was like, damn.
I could do without the just the random legs at the very end. That like it looks
Oh,
like
what
if
it's
it-
that
walking
is
on?
funny
Yeah,
when
What
that
it's walking on?
that it like if it stood up on its actual legs, it would just be this giant like.
It would probably reach into space, let's be honest.
Yeah.
It would probably reach into space.
Do you think all the organs are like arranged back there? Like, because
They
I
don't,
know,
they don't have organs.
Yeah, they don't need organs.
Hmm.
Like, it's just
or whatever.
like the Titan carcass is just muscle and bone.
And then it has the stomach gland, but it doesn't do anything. It's just a pocket with goo.
Yeah, they regurgitate everything they eat.
Just imagine just somebody running up at like one of the like Armin as a colossal titan running up and kicking like his stomach organ at the end, and then you just see the face. Like it takes a few minutes, but just.
'Cause that's how long it takes for the nerve shock to finally hit the brain.
Yeah.
Oh god. Imagine that being so huge that it takes a day to realize you got kicked in the balls.
No, I'm familiar with that. Somebody kicks you in the balls.
That's some Golden Wind bullshit.
Your balls were hurt in one day.
Golden Wind, one of the deaths of
Diavolo.
Diavolo is him getting kicked in the balls so hard he explodes.
No, it gets kicked so hard he gets testicular cancer. And
every death is canon.
Yeah.
So technically, any meme you make of it is canon. How do you feel about that?
Satisfying. That's how you get everybody to enjoy this character's death. So they literally just get dropped on top of from
Where
the
are we
plane.
dropping, boys?
Yeah, on the Attack Titan.
Yeah. And so you got this big old fight on top of the Attack Titan. You've got all these like resurrected ghosts essentially of previous Titan shifters. Real cool fight. Armin gets eaten by an Okapi.
I thought it was a goat at first, but no.
No,
they're
you had to be
actually-
very specific that it was an Okapi.
And I'm pretty sure that anybody.
What's the necessity of specifying that? Honestly,
I don't know. I guess they have like
because
that.
they're long tongue.
Maybe that's what I was about to say. Then like then shouldn't it have been like an anteater or something like that.
Either an anteater or like a giraffe.
Something. I don't know.
Let me just look up real quick. Does an Okapi actually just have a long tongue?
Oh,
First thing to pop up, Okapi Titan.
Oh, copy Titan.
Oh,
Now
yeah,
this
no,
image
that's
I
a
can describe.
weird-ass tongue.
Shadow the what the fuck?
Hey, Jinzu.
Oh,
Okapi.
it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
that's
he did.
weird.
Because the guy who made the story is actually a competent writer.
The
and
guy
actually
did his
researched-
biology.
Yeah.
He knows his biology.
Guys, we'll do it. We'll make it to Eren. We could stop the rumbling. This motherfucker.
The only relative of the giraffe.
Would like to have a word with you.
Prehensile tongue.
Have you seen the video where the guy like tries to feed a cracker to a deer and the deer is just like.
Yeah.
So we get the whole fight. You get the Okapi. Armin is dying in the Okapi, which apparently sends him to the coordinate. At which point he meets with Beast Titan Zeke Yeager,
Because he was fused with Eren when he turned into the
building
thing.
a
So
sandcastle.
yeah, he's making a shit castle.
Man,
Making a poop
this
castle.
is bullshit.
And then like they're having like Armin's trying to have like a full on conversation with him, but Zeke is just not. But yeah, Armin. This is the one thing that is like the most confusing part of the finale for me is that Armin just looks over, sees a leaf as he was talking about like this one time of running up a hill with Eren and Mikasa, and he just sees a leaf and picks it up and just starts like playing with it.
Imagine
And then
talking
Zeke-
about baseball.
And then Zeke looks over and just has like this terrifying look on his face as he just sees that Armin's holding a baseball.
I will say this is my
Come on.
Batman v Superman moment of why did you say that game?
Like when Zeke was looking at the baseball.
Oh yeah, he's just shitting his pants, looking at his version of like the important things.
How did you find that?
I think it's hilarious that for Armin it was a dead leaf,
Yeah, it was.
and it's like nothing. It wasn't a page in a book. It wasn't the book itself. It wasn't like a picture maybe of like his grand. It was a leaf.
It was a leaf. And
Dry
but
leaf.
Zeke, baseball.
It's because it was the object. It was the manifestation of their happiest memory.
Yeah, yeah.
But
It still does make me
a
laugh.
dead leaf.
But yeah,
Baseball.
Jitsu, the point that gets me is I can just imagine somebody overlaying that with like some audio from like Batman v Superman, or just like, why did you say that game? Why did you say that game?
You've gotta save Dead Leaf.
He heard baseball.
This is a
Why
baseball.
did you say that the game?
And then
Oh
Zeke the
my
whole time
God.
is like, "Where the fuck did you get that?"
Which then he awakens the every Titan shifter that we've seen in the show before.
All of our allies.
All of our ally, well, including his mentor. It's
We finally get to see the Ram Beast Titan.
yeah, that was cool. But
Was
we
a
get
Gator
to see.
Beast Titan?
What?
There's a Gator Beast Titan,
Oh, I wish I saw
and
that.
it's all scaly.
There was just a dog one.
yeah.
It was very funny.
So we get to see all of them, and I will say this is the other point that kind of got me when he specifically says to his mentor, "Don't worry, I still believe in euthanization, but baseball."
But baseball has taught me otherwise.
I really wish we killed everyone, but if I could really choose what would happen, I would just throw this ball at you.
I would want
I would play baseball.
I would want the Cubs to strike out in the 9th inning.
I would not let the Texas Rangers win this year's World Series.
And so you get all the previous Titan shifters. They're helping out now to help out the crew,
We got
and it leads to
we got
oh, yeah.
Dad. We got Bertholtz. We got Dad Yeager. We've got Zeke. We've got no. Wait, Zeke is just like, hey, Levi, kill me.
that was so
That was
funny.
so fucking funny. That in the manga, it was exactly like that too. It's like, no,
Yo,
hey,
Levi!
I'm here, kill me! Come on, do it!
Oh yeah, because Falco, like obviously Falco, Gabi, and Annie are just like, we're gonna go help, and turns out Falco can fly, and I like how
They had
they
a cool shot with Mikasa where like she's trying to have the inspirational speech, and then as she does the inspirational speech, wings pop up behind her.
like Valkyrie
And
angel wings.
I was listening to a podcast those guys Anime Matters.
Yeah.
And the main guy on there that I like, he goes, and in for a split second I was a dumbass and thought that she suddenly sprout wings.
I thought she became an angel and died.
And died.
She instantly got bit. Like someone just jumped up and ate her.
That's exactly how it happened to literally everybody else in the show.
It is a good shot though, I will say that.
Oh,
That is
yeah.
a great shot.
I could see that being turned into like a wallpaper painting sort of thing.
Yeah. I know for the video, I have the images set are the initial clip is Levi and his where we dropping boys moment. Got the image is Armin and Aaron hug, not the
Everybody thought that. Literally, everybody thought they were gonna kiss. Literally, everybody thought they were gonna kiss.
I understand why, because imagine just you and your homie sitting there, just,
I'll
and then
see
he
you in
lunges
hell.
up, and then he lunges up, and you're just like, no.
It's like the shot of each
Maybe if
one.
you did that to me, I would go for a right hook.
You would already be dead. There's like this one because like it
Yeah, it would
shows
result in
them
my death.
because it shows them like from like a kind of lower angle, so like it also like highlights their lips also, so you can see like their like you can see some lines on their lips, and you're just like, why did they animate their lips?
And then the rush over, I was like, oh.
Just one last little jump scare.
I lost my shit. That was funny. That was actually really funny. But yeah, so we get the death of Zeke, which I love his last line of just like, man, it's a nice day. Too nice for me.
I don't deserve it.
I don't deserve it. So sliced. So good.
And with Aaron no longer being connected to a royal member, the rumbling stops. And right before we see that though, we see the shot of all of the Colossal Titans all over the world. And then we see the shot where there's people literally being pushed up against a cliff at the seaside,
This is an infamous shot.
and
The
like
cliffside, the mother falling and
the
shit.
mother falls as she threw her baby forward, and someone catches the baby, and everybody starts like letting it, passing it forward, and it's just like, oh my god!
I will say the part that made me laugh about like all the colossal titans stopping, because you get that famous shot of like the baby being carried by this crowd, moved away from the cliff. A very famous shot from the manga. Like
Never
honestly,
seen that before.
awe-inspiring. It's awe-inspiring, that shot. Like I showed you it yesterday.
Yeah, like you finally, like after I saw it in this finale.
I thought they cut it from the show in general. No, they added it to this scene. Great.
Yeah.
But I will say they didn't handle it that well, that scene in particular, for one reason, and it's when everything stops, when all the colossal titans stop, and you see everybody in awe looking at like the colossal titans as they've just stopped. It's like, what the hell? And then you see the baby is making the same face.
Yes.
The baby just, oh, that face made me laugh harder than it should have.
Again with the colossal titans, just all of the wall titans, they got so doofy looking faces.
Oh yeah.
Armin has the worst though.
Armin's face is the worst. So it all leads to everybody's like, "Oh my god, we did it!" And then they blow up Aaron's neck, cutting off his head and releasing life.
The essence of life
which is
itself.
apparently in there. Oh, well, yeah, we
Founder
saw him.
connection.
We
thing.
saw him in the first time, but still feel whatever. We see life, and this is the one point when Reiner gets a cool moment of fighting life, which is really cool.
It's the only useful thing that he does.
There's this whole thing where it leads to life makes its way around.
Life finds a way.
Life finds a way. It makes its way over to all the Marlians and the I've said it several times. What the fuck are they called?
Eldians?
Eldians. I
was
said
wondering
it
what
5 times this episode.
Yeah.
But it makes its way to the Eldians, the Marlians, who it's like, oh, we've got peace, it'll be all good, and you see, like, everybody's there, all the Titan shifters are reuniting with family, except for the ones from Parody. And so, has this whole moment of, like, I can't believe it, we did it, he's dead, we did it, and
We did it! We did it!
boom!
Oh,
And we
yeah.
see Aaron is now a colossal Titan.
Which is very interesting, the fact that he, as the founder attack, Warhammer, is now also a colossal.
What the fuck did he get colossal? What else?
Why not?
Because why not? Yeah, that's what it was. Like, I even said that in the when we were watching, of just like, doesn't really explain why he gets colossal, but honestly, you can tell what it is.
What do
It
you
just
mean-
looked cool.
What do you mean What do you mean you don't get why he doesn't get the colossal?
Just because Founding Titan?
Yeah.
Well, he's not got the Founding Titan anymore.
No, he's still he
The
He always
power of
had-
life is the Founding Titan.
but he still has
Okay, but the founding that little slug thing is attached to Ymir and him, and Ymir chose to give her power to him, so
Okay.
he's in the driver's seat, so he can
Okay.
do whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah.
so he can
He has the power of bullshit!
he can have long hair as a titan. What?
What was that? We get that whole thing of like we get 2 colossal titans now able to fight. Life has made its way over to the Eldians and the Marlians, and it pisses itself gas, and so then it turns all the Eldians into titans. Unfortunately,
So all of their parents have been turned into the titans.
I'm glad they didn't have it that they suddenly ate a bunch of the Marlians.
Yeah.
That would have been one step further into fuck you.
It is always like a terrible coincidence where every single time that the Marlians and Eldians that the Eldians get treated like people and as equals, that something always happens that causes them for all of that to be completely thrown out of the window.
Yeah, it's always something. That's one thing that like it bothers me, but in context of the show bothers me, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Of like, god damn it, can't give him a fucking moment to breathe.
It is nothing sacred.
Yeah,
It's like,
we
no.
we even get our favorite characters end up turning into titans. So you get Jean and Connie get turned into titans.
Yeah.
And I thought it was kind of funny if some people pointed out the fact that apparently a character that people really don't like is Connie.
Really?
He feels useless to some people.
Yeah, but
So
But he actually
At
like
least he's not useless.
he definitely had that character moment with Falco and his mom and all that kind of stuff. He definitely kind of like, I think as long as a character has a reasonable way for sidetracking the story, like kidnapping Falco basically, like that moment sidetracks the story just a little bit.
I think Connie is the human element. He's the reactionary human element who's like, holy shit, this is fucking happening.
Here's this crazy
basically-
I'm seriously watching this happen right now.
Yeah, it's basically, though, people have mentioned that Jean could have been that without Connie, but it's personal opinion, whatever.
John is a different perspective of that. He's the whole like he already has his predisposed like he already has his idea of what the world is supposed to be like, or like or maybe not exactly like that, but he like already has like a set in stone way of thinking. So he just approaches the world as him.
Yeah.
But Connie is Connie is very much like just experiencing everything and is like is the reactionary like taking everything in and is affected by the world around him. And then when he has to kill those other two guys, which I thought I totally forgot about that moment where those two Jaegers who he kills,
Yeah.
and he was like, "Damn, bro, we had like moments with them. We had like we were gonna like free the world together and everything." And then
They were our comrades.
yeah, and like I didn't remember that part. That part was it. I think it had been so long since whatever like because I read that part. This is like back in 2020. This part had not been animated yet.
I end up
Um,
forgetting a lot of shit as well, unfortunately, when it comes to reading
Yeah.
manga, because when it comes to manga, it's very quick. Like, in all fairness, like,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
one complaint I have of people saying like, well, the pacing of this, it's not as fast as the manga.
It
will
slows
never be
things
as fast as the
down.
manga. You have to have things that kind of slow down in comparison, because that's how you build a moment.
Not necessarily. I wouldn't say as fast as the manga. I would say as fast as the reader.
Yeah.
The,
Yeah,
the
exactly.
anime can't be as fast as the reader because it's like, how the fuck do you do it? And then it's like
Two-page spread, people are skipping through. Yeah, stuff like that. Like, that's the best
It's-
example, a 2-page spread.
It is
Like-
I was gonna bring up a thing where
You could
it's
spend
like there's
hours drawing that.
yeah there's a shot where like someone's sitting in a campfire, and whatever you're feeling in the story, it very much that's where your brain is like right then and there. But some people, they see that and then they go, all right, next thing, and then they just keep going into the story. But there's some people that actually stop and sit there in the campfire on that panel and they just take it in. So it's definitely, you have to find, when you're animating it, you have to be so careful with where things are in the story, what people are thinking, and if there's definitely some moments where this person is supposed to be thinking, and in the manga it was just one panel, they could definitely still just have that one panel take some time. But so Armin and Eren are fighting as their colossal titans, and like Falco and carrying Mikasa is just like, what the fuck are we supposed to do now? And Mikasa just goes, Eren, he's in the fucking mouth. It's like,
yeah, no.
what?
Jinsey, you were mentioning that one of your problem with that of just like, yeah, in the manga they also don't explain how she knew that he was in the mouth.
He's just there now.
I don't even remember like. Yeah, no, it doesn't make any sense because like she in the manga too, they're like he's in the mouth and they just blow up his teeth and they just make their way in and it's like, oh, okay, yeah, sure.
And
I think they're
and then
trying to say it's because of her whole Ackerman blood thing.
that she's naturally drawn to him, but she's drawn to the mouth for some fucking reason.
Yeah, so she can tell exactly where his body is. Apparently,
It could be that. It could also be like the fact that they knew to aim you have to aim within the mouth to get the back of the nape because
yeah,
Colossal.
because it's a colossal titan. It's really hard to. I mean, okay, I say that, but Eren literally ripped Bertold out of his colossal. There's so many. There's no story can be perfect. No story can be perfect. There's gonna be flaws and like little like tidbits here and there that are like missing. Like, why did this happen? Why does Reiner get to put his consciousness into his fucking scrotum, and that's why he didn't fucking die? Or why does I don't know.
Why do we know
Okay.
about this? Why is there a leaf here?
Why do the blades that the Survey Corps the parody people use? Why do those blades break easily, but Levi can parry the Jaw Titan's claws with them?
At the same time.
And those are the same claws that shit on the Armor Titan's armor.
Yeah.
And the blades have been proven to not even come close to even like cutting anything.
They always do the
It's so unfortunate when it comes to the blades that they really were kind of shit on after like season, like halfway through season 3 kind of area.
The thing is with those swords,
They replace it with rockets.
Yeah.
We don't need swords. We have rockets.
They were
light ammunition.
In all fairness, I'll say that of like that is a bitchin' thing to do. If I could just go like this and just launch a rocket like that, I'd fucking lose my mind.
Like
by this he means rocket punch.
being skilled with a sword.
Rocket punch.
Being skilled with a sword is one thing, but when I can just point at you and blow you up, fuck
I'm gonna
that.
blow you up.
No, I want to throw hands with rockets.
So Mikasa uses the rockets to bash a hole in Aaron's 2 front teeth and is in the mouth, and Aaron just opens his eyes, huh? And
Hey Mikasa! Hey Mikasa, if we talk real quick, I can stop my plans for.
and she just like in the most cleanest bit of animation of just slow motion, Aaron opening his eyes, and as he opens his eyes, Mikasa's sword just comes in, cuts his hair, cuts his hat off
in one clean cut.
and then she
makes out with his decapitated head.
and then Ymir's there and it's just like, ooh.
Ymir's there, she's like, yes, this is what I wanted all along. This is true love.
He's dead now.
That asshole can't kill anyone anymore.
Mikasa, this is the voice. This is the voice of your master.
Mikasa.
Put him between your boobs.
Mikasa, cut. This is the voice of your master speaking to you. Cut my fucking head off. Kill me.
Do it.
Then put me between your boobs.
Now put me between your legs.
I like that Armin the entire time during this ending is like has like the most realistic reactions out of everybody. He's the one who breaks down, starts ugly crying, and like it's like yeah, I'd probably lose my shit too if my best friend was ending the world, and then right before we stopped him, he's talked with all of us, having a deep conversation with each and every one of us, and then the next time I see him, his head is in the arms of the girl who likes him.
Like, and they had like an infinite conversation like set in the connection pathway thing. Like he had with everybody. He had with everybody at the same time, and we only saw the one that he had with Armin.
And Mikasa. We saw his.
Oh yeah, and
we saw
Mikasa.
Mikasa thing too.
Yeah. But like, I think the Armin one is the most like Mikasa's is good, but I think Armin's is more impactful. I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
Because like they go and actually see the world that they've always talked about and all that kind of stuff. Armin punches him because he's just like, I had to do it. But the whole part where they're at the beach and like Aaron's just like, I had to do it. This is just the whole thing with memory and all that kind of stuff. I literally could only watch myself do all of this. So you guys had to be the ones. I had to push you away so that you came back and killed me and had enough like mental fortitude to actually kill me. And then you guys would be heroes of the world. And Armin punches him in the face for saying the most stupidest thing ever. And Aaron's just like, why did you do that?
I do find it funny of like, I know why people were so upset, but I do find it funny that Aaron, when you finally get to sit down and talk with him, he's just a little bitch.
He's still the little bitch he first started out to be. And then there was this one part where he's just like, where Armin's just like, Mikasa is gonna go and date someone else and get with someone else. How are you gonna like that? And he's just like,
I don't want that. I want her to think about me for at least like 10 years. I want her to keep pining for me, and I don't want her to move on. I pissed myself.
Eren Yeager, the person who almost killed the entire world, sitting ass first in the ocean.
Kissing his best bro.
No. Kissing. But it's just, it's so interesting to me that in this eternity conversation that he has with his best friend, that they were just, like, able to have the time to talk about it, and now Eren is just like, I'm gonna go in hell, and Armin's just like, I'll see you there in hell. It's so funny to me how they're just like, all right, we're going to hell, and Armin pops back. Mikasa, her thing with Eren is just like they're living in the middle of the woods, just the two of them, and they just have like a nice like, wait, I care about you. Yeah, I know, and I care about you too. Everything that I said was a lie. Where I said that I hate you. You know?
Yeah. It also led to, once again, that image of Armin and Eren. It still made me laugh. It's so weird. So weird. But yeah, I'm glad that the one thing they cut out, I will say this, the one thing they cut out that I'm so happy they did is Armin's line he says to Eren. Yeah, let's grab that image.
I like how every time you say that, where it's just like, let's grab that image, and it's just like,
Dude,
oh!
I deleted it, but it was that whole line of like, thank you for making yourself a mass murderer for us. And then people immediately made the joke of Einstein with Adolf, and it's just like, thank you for making yourself a mass murderer for us.
For us.
And the fucking look he gives.
But yeah, so they bury Eren's head beneath a tree on Paradis.
He's apparently a seed.
And he's just this tree now. And Mikasa goes to this tree every single day. The Jaegerists are still pining for world domination. There's more war and all that kind of shit. But Eren completely, when he died, he completely got rid of all Titans and the 13-year death curse thing. So everybody that was a Titan is no longer a Titan, and anybody like Reiner is not going to die in like the 2 years he has or something like that.
Oh, great, your life was extended.
Yeah. And Reiner, fuck!
Yeah. So, question
Yeah.
for the finale of, do you think, I know, Jinzu, you mentioned the whole thing with the white flowers for Mikasa, but do you think that she, like, her and Jean ended up together?
No.
No?
The white flowers means she died a virgin.
And if that's done in the manga, then it's a very specific thing. Like everything done in the manga is done.
Well, in fairness, everything is black and white.
And if
Okay,
it's
but the
I know,
flowers are
shades.
white.
You know what I'm saying. I know, but you know
if
what
the
I'm saying.
choice was white or black, and
Okay,
not
but-
some other color,
If it was
But
any
I
other
gotcha.
color besides white, I think it would be a shade or two darker.
Yeah.
I don't think Jean, like, he obviously in the beginning he had like a beginning crush of Mikasa, but after everything I don't think he would have actually have been like, hey, I know that you're the one and only person that you fell in love with is dead and you had to murder him. Let's go out.
He definitely tried, though. No, we've seen Jean throughout all the seasons. He definitely tried.
But yeah, and somehow within all of the war and everything like that, the giant cities being made and being blown apart, this tree, this one random tree that
Parody's gone.
Eren was buried under, never burned down, so it became this giant tree. And in this overgrown city, a boy and his dog are exploring through it, and they walk up and they find a hole in that tree.
Yeah.
The same sort of hole and tree that Ymir found all those years ago. And that's the end of Attack on Titan.
Leads to our final questions of, first off, characters. Who was your favorite character throughout all of Attack on Titan?
Eren.
Definitely not Eren for me.
No, it was
Eren's a cool character, but
it was-
he's not anywhere near my favorite.
it was Mikasa.
Levi. I know his basic answer, but still, Levi's cool.
What about you, Jinsu?
Irvin as well.
Who's your favorite character all of Attack on Titan?
It was Eren for a bit. I really liked him.
His dedication.
I really liked his dedication and his unwavering devotion to all. And I like how he reacted to certain situations. But after Peak was introduced,
Peak, my boy, because she has the peak design.
Mhm. You guys know that the meme of it's like doing it's a Lego character and like it's doing a zoom on him, like a dolly zoom on his face, and he's like falling in love.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
the Lego Batman movie. That's
yeah.
I just died in your arms tonight.
That's how I felt. I need me the goth emo Polish girl.
Polish.
Me going to McDonald's and seeing any girl my own age. What?
The girl at the
I just
cash
died.
register.
And it's Jenna Ortega.
So those are our favorite characters. What is your favorite part of Attack on Titan? The first part, the second with
Second season.
the second season with fighting Bertolt, Reiner, and the Beast Titan.
Yeah, I'll be honest.
and
Still my favorite.
and Ymir, the reveal, and then
Seeing the Wall Titans was crazy.
the cliffhanger end with the Wall Titans.
Fuck, I can't pick, honestly. This is honestly, Attack on Titan is honestly the one show that I wish I could erase my memory about. Like there's so many other shows that people are like, damn, this show was so good. I wish I could just forget all about it and then watch it all over again.
Yeah.
Like no other story has made me feel like that except for Attack on Titan.
'Cause
Not Breaking Bad. Not that show was amazing, but not Breaking Bad. Not One Piece. Not
Dragon
not
Ball.
Fullmetal Alchemist. Not Dragon Ball. Not Naruto. Not even like Bleach or not Bleach. Not even Berserk or Vagabond. You know, I really like those. Those are probably my favorite like forms of story like ever.
Chainsaw Man.
But or even Chainsaw Man, you know. Any of those, like none of those made me want to forget all about it just so I can experience it brand new again, except for Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan is the only show that like, damn, this story really fucking took everyone aback. The story really fucking like shook everyone from people who didn't want to watch it to people who did want to watch it. It was just crazy, a crazy ride the whole fucking way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's
the writing and the foreshadowing and all of the way, the pacing of everything and the way it was all put together was just perfect. This is so peak. This is so
Yeah.
good.
this is like on par with a Darth Vader is Luke's father sort of.
Right. Like even it's up there with Star Wars. I would totally forget everything about Star Wars just to watch it all over again. But like, oh my god, there's just no other show like that. There's like not even like Last Airbender. I love Last Airbender. That show was the most that's like my, like if I were to pick a comfort show, it would probably be Last Airbender. I would just watch Airbender if I could just watch one show forever. But like even then, like that doesn't compare to the scale, the shit that Attack on Titan did, what Isayama did with his story. Like that was just perfect.
Yeah, it's so good. The fact that we can technically go back and listen to what I originally thought was going to happen with Attack on
It's
Titan,
so funny.
and
It's
just
so damn funny.
how wrong I was.
I would love to maybe put it on the fucking Patreon.
Shut up!
But of just your reaction to our first ever review of Attack on Titan.
Oh
S-
yeah.
For you to see your thoughts.
And I'm just like, no, that's not true.
I think it was one of our first reviews even.
Yeah.
Like it was one of like our first 10 reviews was Attack on Titan season 1,
Oh god.
which was like 2 years ago.
God damn.
And so I would love to see your reaction to that video.
Jeez.
This sounds funny. Another answer to that question, by the way, would be Irvin Smith's final speech.
That's in season
That is
2.
literally my favorite moment in all of anime.
Because mine is actually the one right after season 3.
Huh.
The complete flip of the head, the absolute role reverse of everything, the pulling the rug underneath you and all that kind of stuff. Like season 2, that was the end of what I predicted the show to be and like what kind of show it was and all that kind of stuff. Season 3 completely threw that out the window, and
Political.
it became something so much more than what I could try and quantify it as. It became so much more.
It was a political espionage mixed with like just all this groundbreaking shit. Yeah.
It was. I gave it the wrong size bucket. I gave a bucket to someone who needed a
Pool.
A pool. Yeah, I was trying to think of like what's bigger than a bucket. What's bigger than a bucket? Pool.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why I say that like part 3, season 3, whatever that one is. That's how my brain puts it together. Is part 1 the obvious like their kids learning about the Attack Titan and all that kind of stuff. Season 2, they go to the walled city, that kind of stuff, and get revealed about everything. Season 3 is when everything takes off and we see the other side and all that kind of stuff. Season 4 is the second season 4 is like the final and all that kind of stuff, and it does incorporate those two movies into the final, into the season 4 of my mind. That's how I see it.
Yeah.
But yeah, season 3, part 3, that is my favorite one, because like how Jinsu was saying, the reveal of that anything to go back and relive that reveal of what this world actually becomes in what this story turns into. No one could have seen it coming.
Yep. I've got one final question, which actually I was thinking about it alongside that podcast I mentioned, Anime Matters.
Yeah.
Was talking with the guy.
Yeah.
Would you want a spin-off, a prequel, whatever.
It's kind of
Sequel,
hard.
prequel, whatever.
Would you want an Attack on Titan 2? That it's not so much the characters keep going, because obviously what we saw, Mikasa was old and died. So that means that she never really had any hardship or anything like that she went through that caused her to die young or anything like that. She died of old age. So that means that of all the fighting and all that kind of stuff, it was just the regular politicalness of a world without the magic and all that kind of stuff and the horrors of Titans and all that kind of stuff. I think a story where Titans all of a sudden come back, and it's not so much in the same vein of Ymir getting Stockholm syndromed, that it's someone with their own free will getting Titans and all, getting Titan powers and all that kind of stuff. It would be interesting to see like where that boy's origins and all that kind of stuff, the country that he was living in. He's definitely going to be he definitely was going through some hardship with the way that he was designed and all that kind of stuff. Like he had that heavy backpack and all that kind of stuff.
He was a hobo.
He could definitely also
Someone
just
threw a honey bun at him.
He could also just literally just be camping out in the woods and just have a loving family and living in a village and all that kind of stuff. That could also be a possibility.
I had a loving hobo family, but then someone threw a 100-degree honey bun at my father.
I don't know what this reference is.
Have you not seen that meme going around?
No!
Of me microwaving a honey bun to throw at a homeless man?
Why? What are these internet challenges?
I don't know. A full-on no to sequel.
No anything.
I do not want a Boruto. I do not want Baron Yeager next genocide.
I don't think it would be. Yeah, if it was Baron Yeager,
next genocide.
It should not be that. It should be like it's the next cycle or whatever, and we get to, because the Ymir story was like a season of itself, that like you could have seen this be like a crazy storyline and all that kind of stuff, because it was.
There is potential for a prequel, because there is a prequel that the creator made, where it's this whole thing about this kid who, I'll be 100%, it's basically like, what if Berserk met Attack on Titan?
Oh god.
Of like his mother, I think it was something like his mother was eaten by a Titan while he was in the womb, and then he popped out, like was pulled out after the Titan was killed.
Oh god.
No, he just popped out after she died, and so he's called the son of a Titan.
Oh. Ugh.
Horrifying Berserk type shit, but yeah.
But yeah, like in the way that the author has been able to make a story without depending on his main characters, I think he could make a continuation that like the source of life always does this every once in a while, that like this happens. Like it could be like an Avatar sort of situation where it's just the next person gets it. That could happen. What do you think, Jinsu?
Nothing. What are we talking about?
A possible prequel sequel situation with Attack on Titan, with the cliffhanger ending with the boy at the cave. Do you think that could happen? In like if that did happen,
Attack on Titan 2?
Yeah, basically Attack on Titan 2. That it's not necessarily would be dependent on the old characters coming back or anything like that. That it's a new version of Ymir's story.
If Isayama wanted to, he definitely could, and that would be where he should start off.
Yeah, a completely clean slate, but with the same power system of the Titans and that kind of stuff. It can even have like new, like instead of the old 9 Titans, you could have like a brand new set or something like that.
Yeah, I was gonna say the joke that immediately popped into my head is: would you want Attack on Titan -1, 1.5, or 2?
I would say 2.
Would you want Timon and Pumbaa's coverage of Attack on Titan?
I say, I would say, leaving behind everything that happened and this clean slate version is what the author should do.
Yeah.
If you were to actually make something.
I'd be happy if he just left it here and just moved on and opened his hot spring that he wants to make.
With all of his money.
No, with all the tears of his viewers.
That too. All right. What's next?
Attack on Titan's over.
Oh yeah.
So nothing. Actually, I think all that's next is in order of release based on Attack on Titan. The next thing is we get to talk about 1,000-Year Blood War.
Hey, Bleach.
So excited for that.
All right. Well, thank you everybody so much for watching. If you like it, subscribe for more, and we'll catch you next time. Anything to add, Jinsu, at the end?
No.
Bye. If you want to see more of our content, you can find our YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter on our Linktree at linktree/greenvillains. That's linktr.ee/greenvillains.